We know Congress is considering the Honest Ads Act, which would disclose who bought online political ads. But how can we better decipher what's legit and what's just pure propaganda in regular posts that are organic? Plus, what's our personal responsibility in squashing this in the future? Mark Jamison is the technology scholar at the right-leaning American Enterprise Institute, AEI, and he shared some of his original ideas with me today. Are there some telltales out there that someone would know without it being printed in bright red marker that this is from Russia or a foreign adversary?
Not really. You can sometimes pick up that maybe the language isn't from a native English speaker. Those are issues that are really easy to solve. One of the questions we really have to think about is, why did that work so well? Why was it so easy for them to poke people's emotions and get them divided?
Are there certain things they can plant in these posts or in these groups that they create that they know is going to make it more shareable, more eyeballs are going to get on it organically?
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, they do the same things that our own Democrat and Republican parties do. This is a well-worn path that the Russians followed in looking at how people are, what people use on Facebook, what they look at, what ads do they click when they're looking at Google, what do they tend to share. You can target people at fairly micro level. If you watch what people say, you kind of analyze the text. Say, this person's really interested in this. I'm going to send this message to them.
Are there any serious or reasonable ideas out there to stop these people from doing this in another country?
Now, that'd be very difficult, I think. Just the way the United States is, we tend to prefer an open dialogue on things. I really think it gets down to two types of things. One is how we deal with our own political divisions. Are we dealing with them as good versus evil? You disagree with me, so there must be something wrong with you. Or is it that we're just not listening to each other well enough? The other thing I think is in how the social media move content around. So for example, if they notice that I'm reading particular types of content, they will send me more content like that because they want to keep me online to sell more ads. Why not try to keep me online by giving me something that's more challenging? It's changing those algorithms and making them just as profitable, but more likely to get people to look across lines that they don't normally look across.
Final question for you, Mark. It seems to be, in this case, and I hadn't thought about this before you and I talked today, we see a lot of polls of how people feel knowing that they've been deceived or that maybe they've been used in some ways, but we haven't been talking a lot about personal responsibility because the way we've been saying it is that people are passive, receivers of this information. It seems that you're thinking that there are some things people can do, even if it's just attitudinally, that they can change in their own life that would stop this from being so effective.
I think so. For one, think about what you believe and drill down why you really believe those things. And then practice thinking about people that you would tend to disagree with. Oftentimes I encounter people who, when they find someone they disagree with, they think, well, that person's either not intelligent, they're not informed, or there's something bad about them. But that tends to be not the case. You're no more evil than I am, but we may disagree on things. So can I make your argument? Can I make it just as well as you can? And can I even make it better? Because then I really understand you. And I'm going to find out that maybe on 80% of the things we want, we're in agreement.